the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Abusuama Chiao, Emo Kwabam Family Casafon Subim. Nsem-Pii TV, be the first to know. Mighty minority, Eguso, Ekwaso troubles, at the majority side in Ghana's parliament. Now, Abusuafo, the honorable minority leader, Alexander Afenyo Markins, and then they were silencing a Nelson Dafeamakpor, our majority chief rep, on the submission in Efa, a Matthew Nyandam Nikesa, a Tamale High Court, a rule say, Yin through and as you nullify the membership as a member of parliament in Nanki and Kotoaba Freno, and Nelson Dafeamakpor HM said, a brad chief question. And the citizenship of home and Nsem a minority leader Afenyo Markins HRSA and Kawum any free a Parliament House of Ghana said they be and recognizing Nasas more kind and the honorable member say he want to correct things. No Chim say never in his submissions and our can say he prevented a question from his duties now even po abra court no the ruling ni buy and answer the judgment buy they were there working together. When denying the entry into the Parliament House of Ghana. Now say be sabit me akoswa unless the speaker and no me are presiding over the judgment ebemo e free home. Now abusuafo or can answer we nyina wie na Nelson Dafeamakpor I silence I want me anchor sebiem. And on the and a Collins Adomako Mensah no the Deputy Minister for Energy and so Nsem-Pii etu just said they shouldn't take credit in the 2026 budget now NDC for Edibeto Parliament led by Kessel Atofos in the bar Parliament. They should give honest, they should be honest and give a certain mode of thanksgiving to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo because Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo a year a normal 1, 2, 3, 4 beer. And no nam so amazi say power no etime stable na ECG so nso enyiska na buzuafo eno mo bobo so message so be mi akọ wonya so ne akutie these two gentlemen from Ghana's parliament na onso so wonya nsuande bi de afrim na wo wi a wo do adwenkyere ato comment section no ase aha disua ene yesua.
He makes certain claims. I will address the factual claims and the legal submissions. So let me first deal with the factual issues and address the inconsistencies and inaccuracies there too. Mr. Speaker, never as deputy leader, never as leader of this house did I advocate that Honorable Jechikwesi, having lost a high court case, should be marched out of this chamber. I want the honorable member who is attempting to quote me to bring that Hansa. I challenge him on that. Mr. Speaker, I am surprised that Honorable Dafeamakpor is making an argument and according to him, he is grounding it on principles. Mr. Speaker, let me spend a bit of time on Jechikwesi. After the High Court ruling, and he filed an appeal and a stay of execution, this House never denied Jechikwesi his right of entry and his right to be heard. Mr. Speaker, no, Hansard. That is why I love Hansard.
They went for it.
Mr. Speaker, let us be very clear when we say that we are relying on precedents. In the 8th Parliament, where Right Honorable Speaker Badwin presided. The High Court's Cape Coast ruling or judgment, let me say judgment, not ruling, the judgment of the High Court on the citizenship matter did not automatically lead to an order, because, Mr. Speaker, for Mr. Jaji question to be ordered out, it has to be done by the Speaker. My brother on the other side, who I so much respect, I have no doubt on the efficacy of his legal knowledge. We learn together, we study together, we pass our exams together, and he knows how much I respect him. I want him to give me proof that in the 8th Parliament, the Speaker read a communication and directed accordingly. There is none. I want him to bring Hansard with proof that first Deputy Speaker or your good self, who was the second Deputy Speaker in the 8th Parliament, ordered Mr. Jaji Kwesin out of this chamber because there was a High Court order. I am aware that the matter came up, but no such order was directed, because I also remember that your side argued that he had filed a stay of execution pending the hearing of his appeal. Mr. Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, whereas in the Jaji Kwesin matter, the judgment of the courts was made available to all parties. It will interest Honorable Dafeamakpor, who is today arguing that a member who has been regularly elected, sworn in, be removed because there is an order of a court, when the judge himself said his judgment is not ready. His judgment will be ready on Friday. That is what the judge said in open court. Listen, the right to be heard does not simplicity mean that you create just the opportunity. That right must manifest in the process of hearing, which would be called fair hearing. Mr. Speaker, the next leg of his argument is that a stay of execution does not operate as a stay. But Mr. Speaker, with respect, I have spent years in the courtroom. I have been a active practicing lawyer in the Superior Court of this country. And I know my friend to be a practicing lawyer as well. Law and politics may have interlocking interests, but I beg to submit that where the interest of politics is that of convenience, that interest must give way to the law. And no submission should be advanced to make convenience subdue due process and law. Mr. Speaker, what the Honorable Dafeamakpor is directing you to do is highly inappropriate, improper. And Mr. Speaker, he adds on to his submissions with a very dangerous precedent. A while ago, though I said it on a lighter note, he was concerned that such words, such phrases ought not to be used. And I agreed with him. How do you, as a leader, in making your case, create an impression that this is a chamber of brow? This is not a chamber of brow. This is not a brow chamber. We all discuss and judge all. So to say that it will not happen, we will not allow no
actions to serve the interests of whoever their paymaster is has the tendency of destroying our peaceful republic. We will not mince words. They can conspire to call us one by one for a so-called contempt of courts. We are criticizing their shameful conduct. We are not afraid. We are ready to be in Nsawam for their so-called contempt. The world will see their disgraceful conduct. We will not sit aloof and allow them to undermine the very rule of law that they are supposed to protect. How can a judge who calls himself a judge sit in court and misconduct himself in such a manner and expect the country to be quiet? Now here is where the matter becomes even more extraordinary. This order, an order with massive political, legal and democratic consequences, was pronounced without the court's full judgments, as I've stated supra. There were no written reasons, no factual findings, no legal analysis, just a naked directive issued into the public domain. And the whole constituency is now being told that there must be a rerun. I am a practicing lawyer of experience at the bar. I understand that courts occasionally deliver rulings with reasons to follow. But such a practice is the exception, not the rule. And it is never an acceptable approach when the stakes are this high.
That I stand here very, very proud as a member of this particular caucus, the mighty minority. Mr. Speaker, for the past 1 week, we've all had the opportunity to debate this budget. And any objective observer would say that the clarity of thought, the depth of the knowledge, the research, the deepness of the research has been displayed by the minority side. And Mr. Speaker, there's one particular theme. There's one particular theme that runs through all the debates from our side. Mr. Speaker, honesty. Honesty. Members from our side have been extremely honest with the facts. Mr. Speaker, members from our side are even candid enough, Mr. Speaker, to acknowledge some good things in this budget. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, I do not see say from our members, from our colleagues from the other side. All the debates that we've listened to from the majority side, none of them acknowledge the efforts by the Nana Addo government. All of them. They fail to acknowledge any good thing that occurred in our government. Mr. Speaker, a few months ago we were told that 1,357 containers have vanished from the ports. The issue, Mr. Speaker, was debated in this house. And I recall the majority leader. He said, oh, heads must roll. How can containers develop wings? They've all moved away. I remember the minority leader advising them that they should take this as an opportunity to embark on major reforms within the energy sector. Mr. Speaker, thankfully, the energy minister listened to good advice. Today, after months of prayers and fasting, the containers have suddenly developed new wings. And Mr. Speaker, they have flown back into the same port. The same port. That is what I'm talking about, honestly, Mr. Speaker. I hear the finance minister with a very smiley face, talked about increment in revenue in ECG's operations. Mr. Speaker, that is true. Some increment has occurred. What he failed to say, Mr. Speaker, is that that increment is not because of the 10-month operations of ECG. Yes. What he failed to tell you, Mr. Speaker, that within the past 3 years, before the NDC came into power, the reliability improvement project that was begun by the Nana Addo Akufo-Addo government saw to the BBNE substation constructed, yes. The Dabuasi substation constructed, yes. The Awasu substation constructed, yes. The Sewa substation constructed, yes. The Tafu BSP reconstruction done, yes. The Takradi port switching substation constructed, yes. The Obuasi BSP substation constructed, yes. And Mr. Speaker, the Pando substation upgraded. These are programs that were embarked by the previous government that are yielding results today. Mr. Speaker, the minister failed to acknowledge that the system automation project that saw to the construction of the SCADA system and the VITT centers in Accra, Tema, and Takwa were all completed under the Nana Addo Akufo-Addo government. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, the technical loss reduction program that was embarked by the Nana Addo Akufo-Addo government that led to 1,858 LV network extensions completed, 1,345 system improvement projects completed, yes. And 1,347 upgrading of distribution transformers completed. Yes. All these things were done under Nana Addo Akufo-Addo government, which is what has led to some of the improvements we are seeing in the energy sector. Honesty, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, they failed to acknowledge that the commercial improvement project that led to the ECG Power App improvement, Haptel, my brother talked about it a few months ago. And Mr. Speaker, interestingly, that led to 1,078,181 smart prepaid meters installed by the end of 2024. Yes. Mr. Speaker, there is nothing wrong in acknowledging the efforts by your previous administration that is leading to some improvement in revenues. But Mr. Speaker, I dare ask, is this 90 million revenue even the correct figure? Because the audited financials of ECG is there for everybody to see. In fact, the 1 billion figure that my minister talked about was achieved as far back as 2024. Yes. In fact, the total revenue of ECG at a close 2024 stood at 19.3 billion. Mr. Speaker, a simple calculation will tell you that the average on a monthly basis was about 1.8 billion. So this is not the first time ECG is recording revenues in the billions. Mr. Speaker, if you increase tariffs close to 18%, what do you expect? What you expect is revenue increase. What you expect is revenue increase. If you burden the Ghanaian people with a lot more tariffs, you should expect some revenue increment. But Mr. Speaker, I want to take you to paragraph 505. And it states, the ministry is implementing a national street lighting program to enhance safety and visibility. Over 1,900 solar street lights have been installed in Ashanti region, with an additional 10,000 smart units to be procured in 2026. And Mr. Speaker, when I saw this, I was a little bit alarmed, because the members of the Energy Committee were informed of this particular program on the 10th of November. And Mr. Speaker, I'm prepared to tender this in as evidence. This is a letter from the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, dated 10th November 2025. The budget was read on the 14th of November 2025. Now, this particular letter on the 10th was written and addressed to all regional ministers. And Mr. Speaker, the heading I put, rehabilitation or installation of street lighting systems in regional capitals. And Mr. Speaker, it's very instructive to note, paragraph 3. It says, as part of the project implementation arrangement, the ministry will officially launch and hand over the project site to the contractor on Wednesday, November 12th. Very instructive. The letter is dated 10th November, informing regional ministers that this particular program will be launched on the 12th. Then the finance minister comes to this house and tells us that within 2 days, 1,900 street lights have been installed. Mr. Speaker, I have done